Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're doing a little indie brand haul. I've been collecting a few indie brand purchases over the last few weeks. I wanted to put them all together in a little haul video. Of course, I'm going to do swatches and I'm going to give you my initial thoughts, but I really love to use haul videos like this as a way to gauge your interest in products that I've purchased. So definitely leave me a comment if there's any products in this video that you want to see a more in-depth review or some more tutorials or something like that. Of course, I always love to hear what you think about things anyway, but especially if there's something that you really want to see another video on. If I get a whole bunch of comments of people asking for that, then I know it's something that's going to be useful to a lot of people. So let's check out the products I purchased. It's not a whole ton of stuff. I have a few of the new Propa Beauty lipsticks. I have 2 pre-made palettes and then 1 little palette of singles. I purchased all of these things myself. None of this was sent to me in PR. These are all things that I'm genuinely interested in, and a lot of these things were getting so much hype online. I saw my friends loving them here on YouTube, on Instagram, and I don't have a discount code for any of these brands, but a few of my friends do, so make sure you check the description box and I will try to remember to list a few discount codes. Quite a few of my YouTube friends have them, so make sure you check for those in my description box. Hey, you know what? Everybody's just trying to get their coins, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not going to get any coins, I really want to see my friends get some coins. Use my friends' codes, please. Thank you. First, let's talk about these lipsticks from Propa Beauty. These are retail priced at $12 a piece. They added 6 new shades to their Power Pouts lipstick line. I decided to purchase 3 of those new shades. I knew that this was going to be a good bet because I have a few of the original lipsticks that I purchased back when they first launched a year or 2 ago. I love their satin formula. They call it the Luminous Satin Lipstick. It is the perfect balance between being really comfy and creamy feeling, but it has a little bit more lasting power than something that is entirely a creamy, glossy type of finish. Glides on really nicely, has a great opacity, at least across the shades that I've tried. You know, I wasn't really rolling the dice too much with this because I know that I really love this formula. These are in the exact same packaging too, so this is really just an extension of the existing line. Now let's get into the palettes. Let's start with the Dawn of Fall palette from It's Belle Cosmetics. I ordered this the day that it launched. I saw some sneak peeks on the It's Belle Instagram and I knew that this was for me. First of all, loved their Break the Rules palette, so I'm already a fan of their formulations. They do really great textures, interesting color stories, and you may or may not know, I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. Everything fall all year. If I see a fall palette, I buy it. Pretty sure I said that in my last indie palette haul too, because Ace Beauté had a fall palette as well, and I got suckered into that one. If you put brands, close your ears, because if you put fall on a palette, I'm gonna buy it. So this is the same shape and size, same layout, same packaging as their Break the Rules palette. These shades are luxurious, foily, jewel tones. Some of them are shifty duochrome or multichrome shades. Some are softer and more satiny. This one right here literally feels like a cream shadow. This has more of that like chunky foiled type of texture. I love everything about this. I wish there was a companion palette that was an all matte palette, like same size, but with all mattes that you could use together. Oh, I don't even care. I don't miss the mattes. I have plenty of mattes in my life. This is so beautiful. I'm just gonna let you look at the swatches of this because they speak for themselves. It is absolutely as delicious in person as it appears on video. It's just, I don't even really know what to say other than I am truly deeply in love with the color scheme, with the textures, the shifts, the just metallic lusciousness. I know, does that sound crazy? I go a little crazy for the It's Belle palettes. I'm okay with it. I just hope you all can get comfortable with it as well. Let's talk about the other pre-made palette in my haul, and then lastly I'll go to the singles because that's what I'm wearing and I have a tutorial. So first let's talk about this palette from Nomad. This is the Haunted Europe palette, and this whole aesthetic, like I said, I love fall. I also love Halloween. I like dark and spooky. I know that seems weird coming from, you know, Mrs. Rainbow Sweater. I have like a stuffed sloth. I love, you know, cutesy, Too-Faced and ColourPop. I'm a complicated person, okay? And I love the spooky aesthetic. I love the whole vibe, and this is just the outer box. The palette itself is really cool too. It has this little shifty graphic on the front that's like a creepy haunted painting. I really like the inspiration behind this palette. This whole idea is really cool. It's definitely different. I love it. It very much appeals to me. On the back of the palette it says, "Design inspired by the dark fairy tales of Europe." I'm sold. I love it. The inside of the palette is really cool too. This is a pretty big palette. I was kind of surprised. So the inside of the palette does have a mirror, and then all of the shades have little printed designs. Some of them I kind of messed up because I've been swatching and playing with this. Coffins, castle, headstones, creepy trees, there's bats, there's these little spider webs. I just think this is so cool. The theme, the details, everything just really works for me. But I feel like the color scheme's kind of weird. I think that will make more sense when you see the swatches. I just did some quick finger swatches for this, and when you look at these swatches on my arm, it looks like two different palettes to me. Like the top row of swatches and the bottom row of swatches have such a disconnect for me. I personally would be more interested in this palette if it was less shades. Okay, this is already an improvement for me. Imagine if it was this 12 pan, or even better, just this 9 pan palette. I love this. It's so different. It feels a lot more curated. This to me is more inspiring with less shades. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you completely disagree. That's fine. I just like a very curated color story, and this section of the palette is very exciting to me. I get that we have, you know, the velvet curtains and the gilded gold frames, and I get all that. I understand. I'm not saying that, you know, I hate this and it's trash or anything like that. It's just, it feels a little bit too much for me. Some of the brighter shades just feel a little bit out of place given these really cool kind of murky spooky tones. I wish that it was more focused on that. Also, I don't know about you, but these two gold shades look almost exactly alike to me. So I don't know why they're both in here. Even in swatch, they look more similar than in the pan. I want to love it. I like it. I'm intrigued by it. I'm like halfway there. Maybe, you know, I'll play with it more, I'll use it more, and I will become more and more obsessed. I know a lot of people really rated this highly among their palettes over the past year, so that's part of the reason why I decided to go for it. Plus it's a cool palette, you have to admit. So I guess mixed feelings on the Nomad palette. Now, let's talk about some single shadows. I know this is in an old ColourPop palette. These are not ColourPop singles. These are from Terra Moons, and I will 100% blame my dear friend Amy from Amy Loves Makeup. Also, I should probably send her a thank you note because these eyeshadows are incredible. Incredible. Now, if you are like an eyeshadow junkie and you really want some crazy pigmentation, some crazy shifts, some crazy sparkle, you'll love this. I probably wouldn't recommend this formula to somebody who was not really comfortable working with eyeshadow yet, not really comfortable with a very, very pigmented formula, because these are crazy pigmented. I mean, you can just like touch the mattes and it almost feels like a cream because it is so pigmented. It's truly crazy how just beautiful these are. The shimmers are stunning. They are like a wet metallic. This formula is truly outstanding. It is really, really impressive. I bought 20 shades. Don't regret a single one of them. Definitely am gonna go back for more. I don't know how else to say it. These are just really, really amazing. The color selection is so varied. The finishes, the textures, the absolute just joy of swatching them. I know that might sound a little cuckoo, but just look at the swatches. Look at how they just, these are one swipe swatches. I am not playing around. There's no primer on my arm. All I did was dip my finger in and swipe it onto my arm, and that's how they look. I don't understand it, but I like it. I don't need to understand it to love it. So thank you, Amy, for bullying me via your videos to buy these, because you were absolutely right. These are stunning. I am wearing a few of these singles on my eyes today, so I'm going to show you a quick tutorial for this eye look because I love it. It's stunning, and I really want you to see these single shadows in action. So let's take a look at that eyeshadow tutorial, and then I'll be back to wrap up all my thoughts at the end. Probably pretty obvious. My Terra Moons purchase is by far my favorite thing that I got. Can't wait to play with it more. I wish that I had more eyelids so that I could wear more of these at once. Top notch, #1 purchase. Love it. Donna Fall Palette. I'd put this in a close second. It's shiny. It's jewel tones. It's everything I love. It's fall themed. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I know this is sold out right now. Just keep an eye on their Instagram because they're really good about letting you know when there are restocks and all that good stuff. And even if this isn't your jam, just keep an eye out for their future launches because so exciting, fun, yummy, love it. Propa Beauty lipsticks. This is the reliable staple for me, and of everything that I purchased, these will probably get the most day-to-day use. You know, you can switch your lipstick easily, you can reapply it easily. So this is maybe not as exciting as a sparkly, shifty duochrome eyeshadow, but everybody needs a old, reliable, long-loved lipstick formula, and this is what I'm getting here. The only thing I'm not over the moon excited for is this Haunted Europe palette. Like I said, it's not bad. I love the theme. I love the idea, packaging, everything's 10 out of 10. It's just maybe too many shades for me. I would have liked a more curated color story, but still fun. Still gonna play with it. Probably still gonna love it too. I can use the mattes from this to mix with my Dawn of Fall palette. Perfect. Spooky fall time eye looks. That's everything I picked up in my haul. I would love to hear what you think about these things. Have you tried them? Are any of these things on your wish list? What do you want to see more of in future videos? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! What even was that? A more in-depth video... What? Wait, that doesn't make sense, because I already swatched it on Instagram. On today's episode of research I should have done before I started filming. Just look, it's so pretty. If you don't think this is breathtaking, you are lying to yourself. Sorry, that was aggressive.